The High School Game of the Week, brought to you by the Mountain Crest Booster Club, supporting Mountain Crest Athletics. The Les Olson Company, your business empowered. By South Valley Family Dental, where you can dress up your smile. The Logo Shop, we logo stuff. Bridgerland Applied Technology College, employment through training. Lewiston State Bank, established for your future. By the Old Grist Mill in Logan, Brigham City, and North Ogden. By Advanced Heating and Air Conditioning, your York heating and air conditioning experts. And Cool 103.9, home of the greatest hits of all time.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome to Hiram. We're on the campus of Mountain Crest High School, where the Mustangs getting set to host the Logan Grizzlies. I'm Aaron Olson, along with me, Dave Simmons, and we're getting ready for the starting lineups here in this big in-valley rivalry game. Let's first take a look at the Logan Grizzlies. Dave.
Starting for the Grizzlies this evening will be number 3, Jared Bagley. He's a 6-foot sophomore, averaging about 13 points a game. He'll also grab you 4 boards and dish out close to 5 assists. Number 2 is Cody Brimhall. Cody Brimhall is a 6'1 junior, averaging about 4 points a game and 5 rebounds. Number 15 is Rylan Jones. He's a 5'11 freshman, leading scorer on this team with 17 a game. But he doesn't stop there. He gets you about 4 rebounds, dishes out 5 assists, and 3 steals per ball game. Jason Anderson's number 11. He's a 5'11 senior, kind of the leader and captain of this team. He's getting about 15 points a game, also with 3 steals. And Ethan Dana is a 6'5 senior. He'll man the post. He gets you about 3 rebounds and 3 points per game. He tries to be big in there. He's going to need to do it against some of these Mustangs.
For the Mountain Crest Mustangs, big number 0, Lavani Demooney at 6'1", averaging 2 points and 4 rebounds per game. You've got number 3, Alex Dawson, the senior, 10 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists per game. He goes 6.2. Kai Nethercott is number 13 at 6'5", 5 points, 5 rebounds, and an assist per game. Jackson Brenchley, he's the engine that makes his team run, 18 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals per game. And rounding out the starting 5, Landon Jensen, 8 points, 2 rebounds, and an assist per game. He's 6 feet tall. He's a junior, so some youth on this Mountain Crest team as well. Again, if you're just joining us, the guy to watch for the Logan Grizzlies, number 15. He looks like he delivered your paper this morning. Rylan Jones, he's a freshman, and he's averaging 17 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 assists per game. Again, 4 seniors on this whole Logan team. They're 6-3. They're number 5 in 3A. They're in Region 11, and they've played most of the state of Idaho.
Yeah, they really have.
And we'll get into that. And this is a 5A competition for them. They've already played against one 5A team in Weber, and that's one of their only losses so far this season. Mountain Crest wins the tap, and the Mustangs start out with Brenchley handling the ball, gives it off to Jensen. Brenchley, for all the ball handling he does, as they throw the lob to Nethercott. Logan recognizes it. Demooney comes up with it, finds Jensen in the corner left side. 3-pointer won't go, and Jones with the rebound. For all the ball handling Brenchley does, he only turns the ball over about 3 times per game. Jones, long 3 from the left side is short. Rebounded by Jensen. He knocks it down into the hands of Brenchley, and he comes across the timeline working on Anderson. Straight away to Jensen. Now to Dawson on the right side. Dawson right side angle, back out to Jensen. They reverse it to the left side angle to Brenchley. Skip pass back to Dawson. Logan playing in the zone. Brenchley tries to get inside of that zone. Finds Demooney. One dribble, puts up the shot from the baseline, won't go. Rebounded out of there by Bagley, and he's coming the other way. Bagley switches gears, stops, pops from 15 feet and hits, and the Grizzlies are on the board first with 6:45 to play in the first period. 2-0 Logan.
Short little 15-foot jumper, good move by Bagley.
Whistle on the drive on the other end as Jensen spins, goes left to right, gets into the paint, and he's fouled.
Look for Bagley to do that in the early offense. He wants to attack, and he's got a really strong left hand. He will go left if he has to.
Foul call on number 3, Jared Bagley.
Jared Bagley picks up the foul. So he gets a bucket and a foul, all within a few seconds. Nethercott on the low blocks, double team, so he kicks it back out to Jensen. His three-pointer short. Rebounded by Jones. Bagley to Anderson the other way. Anderson backs it out as he tried the baseline left side. And he was shut off there by Brenchley. Mountain Crest in man defense. They've got Demooney on Jones. Now Demooney switches back. There's a block by Nethercott as Anderson, I'm not sure if he wasn't trying to pass that rather than shoot from the elbow. Anderson gets it back, however, and finds Jones. Jones looks at a three, steps inside, a Dana screen, kicks it back out to Bagley, who walks. Turnover Logan, their first of the game.
Little rocker step, drug that pivot foot, unable to get the ball down on time.
Logan averages 11 turnovers per ball game, so they do a pretty good job of taking care of the ball. Brenchley across the timeline with the long pass to Dawson. Dawson now trapped on the baseline. He loses it out of bounds. You say it was knocked out of bounds by Brimhall. And Cody Brimhall, that name sounds familiar.
Younger brother of Tyler, who played 4 years, started as a freshman.
Tyler's playing in college, isn't he? They run the lob to Nethercott. Nethercott has it knocked away as he goes back up with it, but it's picked up by Dawson, and he scores, and we're tied at 2.
Yeah, he's redshirting up at Idaho this year.
5.5 to play in the first period, tied at 2. Anderson all the way along the baseline, left to right, up and under layup, won't go. Rebound pushed ahead to Jensen, who lays it up and in. Jensen took the long pass from Brenchley, and the Mustangs have their first lead at 4-2. We've played almost 3 minutes of this first period. A Bagley bucket is the first for the Mustangs. A kick ball called, and they'll trigger inbounds.
You watch the Logan offense, they're going to spread it out, 4 guys out around the perimeter, and they will try to make a back cut off the wings. So they'll swing the ball, and as it gets to the other wing, the one guy will go through from the other side.
And getting free underneath is Brimhall, but he comes up short. Brenchley with the rebound. Again, the long outlet pass to Jensen. He looked like he was maybe bumped as he went up for the layup, and he misses, and he's wondering where the call is. In the meantime, the Grizzlies are coming back the other way with it. He grabbed the rim on his way down, thought he was bumped. Here's Dana with the free throw line jumper, and it's good. Ethan Dana, the senior, ties it up at 4. So often in officiating, Dave, it's all about angles. And what looks like a foul or not a foul from one angle looks completely different from the other side.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Dawson gets to the rack, lays it in over Dana. Took it right up Dana's chest. Dawson has 4 points. And the Mustangs seesaw back out in front as we approach 4 minutes to play in this first period. 6-4 Mountain Crest. Dana high post, looks for cutters, now hands it back to Bagley. Bagley takes it left, has it blocked by Nethercott. That's Nethercott's second block of the game.
Yeah, nice defense by Nethercott, understanding when guys are going to try to elevate. Twice, as you mentioned, he's been able to block shots.
Second for the Mustangs, number 1.
5 block shots per game for these Mountain Crest Mustangs, and almost 3 a game for Nethercott as he gets one here. Logan triggers inbounds. Dana takes a fall, and Demooney helped him. And Demooney gets called for the foul, and that's been a problem for Levani Demooney. He's an awesome football player, and as a basketball player, he's an awesome football player.
Yeah, you got to like that. You're having one of those guys on your team, though, that are just kind of an enforcer, and he's the one you kind of want on your team.
And I don't say that to disparage him.
No.
He's a great athlete. He's physical,
yeah.
And he gets rung up for it quite a bit. He gets a hand in on that dribble drive as Bagley tried to come all the way across the lane, and then it's taken away by the Mustangs and then knocked out of bounds on the other side by Jones. He slowed down the Mountain Crest break.
2 turnovers now for Logan. That one was a little bit too much dribbling on Jason Anderson's part.
Schwab into the ball game now, and Jensen takes a seat. Wallentyne also into the game for the Mustangs. High post, they go to Demooney. Demooney with a bounce pass under to Wallentyne, and he lays it in just inside the left block. Theron Wallentyne off the bench, averaging 6 points per ball game, and the Mustangs lead 8-4 as they've doubled up the Grizzlies here early. The Mustang defense causing some problems.
Extending that defense a little.
Here's a three-pointer on the way, and good! Jason Anderson dials one up from downtown.
It's not his bread and butter. 15 feet's about where he likes to be, but he can make that shot.
Brenchley gets it across the timeline to Dawson, who steps inside the three-point line and calmly hits one from the angle left.
That was smooth.
Dawson with 6. He averages about 10 a game. His points come in bunches. 10-7. Mountain Crest with the lead. Here's Jones, 3. Got it! Back-to-back long balls for the Grizzlies, and we're tied at 10. 2:20 to play. The Grizzlies can score in a hurry. Schwab looks underneath the Wallenstein, instead keeps it himself. Kicks it back out to Brenchley. Brenchley runs right over Jones, and they call a blocking foul on Ryland Jones.
Ryland tried to get there quick enough, but I think that might have been the right call. As Jackson Brenchley was trying to make a move to the basket, sliding underneath him just at the last possible second, Jones picks up the block.
Jensen and Nethercott back into the ball game to join Brenchley, Dawson, and Wallenstein. The Mustangs will trigger in underneath their own basket. We're tied at 10. Way out front they go to Schwab. He looks into Nethercott. Nethercott comes back out top. Now to Wallenstein. Wallenstein right side looks into Nethercott on the right block. They double him. He kicks it back out to Schwab. In the corner is Jensen. They don't go to him the first time. They do the second time, and now they've reversed it back to the other side. Wallenstein's 3 is too long. Nethercott keeps it alive, but it's finally rebounded out of there by the Grizzlies.
New player in the game for the Grizzlies is Roberts, sophomore.
He was the one that got that rebound, and Anderson takes it to the hole at the other end, and he's fouled hard.
Don't look now, Eric, but you've got a freshman and 2 sophomores in there for the Grizzlies right now. Cooper Ward will check in as well, and Cooper Ward's only a sophomore.
I hope their moms are here to drive them home.
I hope they are too.
Yeah,
that's where they have a bus, right?
That's right. There's McDade into the ball game right now as well, right? Number 1.
Yeah, he's a freshman.
He's a freshman. So you got 2 freshmen on the floor.
And 2 sophomores.
Jones, left to right, drive, kicks it back out, three-pointer on the way, won't go. That was Frazier, and it's knocked out of bounds by the Mustangs. Will stay here. So this is a Grizzly team that started off this season 6-3, and looks like they're going to compete well in 3A.
Keep in mind,
go ahead.
2 of those losses were buzzer beaters too.
And they've got guys that are going to be around for 4 years.
Yeah.
This could be a really good team in 3 or 4 years. Jones working against Brenchley, gives it off to McDade. Now looking for the backdoor cut, and an offensive foul going the other way as they gave it to Roberts, but they call McDade for the foul.
He's away from the ball. He was just trying to get a guy open. Obviously set a screen that was maybe moving, but he'll pick up his first.
3 fouls on the Grizzlies, 2 on Mountain Crest. We're tied at 10. 1 minute to play here in the first period. In a back-and-forth game, here's the lob to Wallenstein, and he taps it in. Wow. It was knocked away by the Grizzlies, and then Theron Wallenstein just tapped it up and in, and the Mustangs take the lead back at 12-10. Three-pointer won't go by Roberts, rebounded by the Mustangs. 45 seconds to play in the first period. Brenchley slips, gets his feet back, out to Wallenstein. 3-ball, got it!
It's great court awareness by Jackson Brenchley as he penetrated into the paint, able to find Wallenstein for the open 3.
Wallenstein has 7, and it's 15-10 Mountain Crest with their biggest lead of the ball game. Will Logan usually hold for the last shot in this situation?
They'll try. They will definitely try.
19 seconds to play. Roberts out front on the angle left, brings it back to the middle now, gives it off to Jones. Jones looks back to the bench, calls the play, 8 seconds. Jones is going to use a Roberts screen, pulls up for a long 3, won't go, rebounded by Jensen. With 2 seconds, he launches one to the other end, and it falls well short, and that's where we stand at the end of 1 period. Mountain Crest 15, Logan 10. You're listening to Mustang Basketball on Cool 103.9. Back at Mountain Crest High School in Hiram, Eric Olson along with Dave Simmons, and Mountain Crest leads Logan 15-10 at the end of one period of play. A strong first period by Theron Wallentyne with 7 points off the bench, and Alex Dawson with 6 points for the Mustangs. Brenchley, Nethercott, DeMooney all played and didn't score. Same with Schwab, 2 points for Landon Jensen. Jared Bagley with 2. Anderson and Jones with 3 apiece for the Grizzlies. Brimhall, Frazier, Dana, McDade, and Roberts. No, well, Dana
has
score.
2.
Yep.
So 4 different players for the Grizzlies have scored, but nobody scored more than 1 bucket.
It's Braden Roberts. He's that other sophomore, right?
Yeah.
He's a big kid.
Jump shot on the baseline by Bagley, missed. Knocked out of bounds by the Mustangs, it looks like.
Stay here at this end. Now the Grizzlies shoot 50% from the field, 40% from three-point land. So they're a pretty good shooting team. But defensively, Mountain Crest has been making it tough on them here in the early going. Cooper Ward on the court, number 10 for the Grizzlies. McDade looks for Bagley, instead gives it back out to Roberts. Roberts drives to the middle, then kicks it out to Bagley.
Notice how they're running a 5-out offense.
Yep, and Bagley gets to the hole with a left-handed layup, and it's good.
Spread everybody out, keep them around the perimeter, and you get your back cutters and your slashers like that.
Now they're doubling defensively as they catch Zach Smith new into the ball game over against the sideline, but he gets rid of it, gets it off to Schwab, who kicks it out to Jensen. His 3 misses, and it's rebounded and put back by Smith. So Smith with his first bucket of the game, and it's 17-12. Mustangs. Bagley, 3, won't crawl over the front of the iron, and it's rebounded by Nethercott. Schwab quickly ahead to Jensen. Jensen's layup good. That's 3 times they've pushed the ball ahead, and 3 times they've gotten behind the Logan defense, Dave.
Coach Logan Brown's not going to like that. That timeout came specifically because Logan was not back on defense. And a quick 3 will have that missed 3 from Bagley. That'll happen. Guys will get out and go, and you'll get beat if you don't get back.
Tonight's game on Cool 103.9 is brought to you by the Old Grist Mill Bread Company. You can win 5 loaves of fresh bread from the Old Grist Mill with Dave. Listen tonight for the bread and butter play of the game. And they call for it tomorrow. If you call and correctly identify it, you'll get 5 loaves of fresh bread from the Old Grist Mill. I got to figure out a way that I can win that.
That
every
sounds
time.
all right.
I need to give the wrong one out and then tell Dave something different. Gosh.
Full disclosure, I got a bit of a problem with going to Old Grist Mill a little too often.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to work on it.
I've got a problem with eating everything, really.
A little too often.
But that's okay. So
I'm on a strictly burger diet right now. Yeah. Feel great.
Yeah. You're looking good. I mean, starting to look like a burger. It's
yeah,
awesome.
that's what the goal is.
Advanced Heating and Air Conditioning, another one of our sponsors. See their showroom just west of the DI at 1465 North and 200 West. Advanced Heating and Air. Back to the game as Logan spend some time in that timeout talking about some things they need to tweak. And they've let guys behind them defensively. They trail by 7 now, 19-12. All the way to the rack goes Anderson.
Nice little hesitation, quick move by Anderson into the lane. Right, got his shoulder past DeMooney and able to get it up and in.
Yeah, that little hesitation dribble. And he gets free with the easy layup. Easiest basket of the night for Logan. The Mountain Crest lead trimmed to 19-14. 6 minutes to play in the half. Schwab goes for the layup, right side, the other side of the court, and he misses. Quickly the other way, Anderson pulls up from 17 and hits.
Jason Anderson.
Anderson now with 7. And the Mountain Crest lead is down to 3 at 19-16. Grizzlies, like you said earlier, can score in a hurry. DeMooney gets the deflected ball, picks it up and finds Wallentyne in the corner for 3 from the left side.
How about that little step back from the baseline 3?
10 for Wallentyne. Whatever he got in his stocking on Christmas, he needs more of it. Jones gets by Brenchley, and Brenchley fouls him. Brenchley thought he had all ball, but he gets whistled for the foul anyway.
Personal foul called on number 24, Theron Wallentyne.
You know,
They give it to Wallentyne.
There's been games. Logan, I think, is right around 70% from the free throw line. Double check me if you have that. But there was a game that they were horrible. I think if you throw that one game out, they're probably closer to 80. They had a horrible game of the line once. This one made by Rylan Jones.
75% as a team are the Grizzlies.
Then that game must have brought them down quite substantially.
The Mustangs, conversely, they're a 69% free throw shooting team. It's been a little bit of a rodeo from the free throw line for the Mustangs this season. 22-18 after Jones hits both free throws. Nethercott on the baseline, left, throws it across court and gets it knocked down and stolen away by Jones. So there's a turnover for the Mustangs. They've done a good job of keeping hold of the basketball. Jones pulls up for a long three.
You can't be backpedaling. He'll pull up in your face. That one was 2 or 3 feet beyond three-point land.
Dawson kept backpedaling and Jones just popped it right up there. 22-21 Mountain Crest. 4:45 to play in the half. Dawson gets underneath the basket, finds Nethercott, and he lays it in with a little left hand.
Good left by Nethercott.
Nethercott with his first bucket. And a whistle at the other end. Looks like another turnover.
Carry. That was Jason Anderson trying to hesitate and get into the lane again. That time they caught him on a little bit of a carry.
I've only got 1 turnover for Mountain Crest and 3 for Logan.
That's what I got too.
That's been a problem for the Mustangs, the turnovers. They've averaged 12. Their season high is 18. It came against Layton the first time they played Layton. They had 17 in their last game against Box Elder. Here's a turnover. Just talking about it. Gremlin comes up. Brimhall on the other end. The Grizzlies don't waste any time getting the ball up court. Brimhall scores.
Euro step. Looks like Manu Ginobili out there.
With the big step, 24-23. Logan trails by a point. Nethercott kicks it out to Dawson. His three-pointer, too hard, rebounded out of there by Dana. Dana finds Anderson. Anderson in the corner to Ward. Ward in that right corner, back out to the free throw line. The jumper by Dana, good. That's 2 jumpers from the free throw line by Ethan Dana. And he has 4 points, and Logan back out front, 25-24. Logan averaging 69 points per game. The Mustangs 53, and Mountain Crest I think would like to keep those points down.
Good look.
DeMooney underneath as Brenchley found him. Brenchley was going left to right. Slides it under DeMooney, and then DeMooney has it blocked as he goes up for the shot attempt. It stays here.
That's where DeMooney's lack of height on playing as a post player hurts him, but if he's able to turn his body and face the baseline and use his right shoulder as kind of a separator, he could get that shot off even over bigger guys. That time Dana blocked it.
Dana at 6'5" and DeMooney at 6'1". They're going right back at Dana. And DeMooney, a lot of contact, no foul. And here it go the other way as Bagley comes out with it, gets it to Jones. Anderson's three-pointer is blocked out of bounds. That's by Jensen.
That's twice Jason Anderson's shot's been blocked on jumpers. That one was a 3 blocked into the student section, and much to the delight of the Mountain Crest students.
The Mountain Crest bench just about flew out onto the floor. Their whole JV team can barely contain themselves behind the bench there. Anderson between the circles, works against DeMooney, picks up his dribble and goes to Bagley. Bagley fakes right, goes left, finds Dana underneath.
That was all set up by Jared Bagley and a quick little hesitation move into the lane. They had to come and help. He was able to drop it off to Dana.
Dana with 6, and it's a 3-point Logan lead at 27-24. 17 points here in this second period for the Grizzlies after they only scored 10 in the opening stanza. There's still 2:50 to play in this second period. Jensen, a lot of contact again from the left side, and he gets it to go.
That's a great finish by Jensen with a lot of contact.
Jensen's got 6, and it's a 1-point ball game. Logan with the lead at 27-26. 2.5 to play in the half. Grimhall looking back door to Jones. Jones nearly steps out of bounds. He had to go way up to catch that pass. Now he brings it back outside the 3-point line. Goes to the left side through the key from right to left, and he misses, and the rebound knocked out of bounds off of Dawson. So Logan retains possession, and Jones will trigger underneath baseline right. Here comes Wallentyne into the game, and Ethan Dana with 6 points. He averages 3. He's doubled up his average here in the first half. He has the ball now on the inbounds play. Did Nethercott get a piece of that?
I think he might have had a piece. And then as Brimhall went up to try to rebound it off the block shot, it went off of Brimhall and out of bounds, back to the Mustangs.
Dana took the inbounds pass, turned tried the little push shot and it came up way short, so I think Nethercott may have gotten his 3rd block shot of the night there. So Mountain Crest comes the other way with it. Brenchley has not scored. Finds Jones for the 3-point shot. It won't go. Dawson climbs the ladder for the board. Kicks it back out to Jensen. Jensen to Brenchley. Brenchley, a little underhand scoop from the right side, goes.
That's a nice move. I really feel like there's one of the very unutilized moves in high school ball is a spin move. And Brenchley does it as well as anyone. Bagley does it well for Logan.
28-27 as Anderson pulls up for 3. 28-30. Mountain Crest now trailing Logan. Anderson with 10. Timeout Mustangs. 30-28 with 1:31 to play in the first half. Logan has come back from a 9-point deficit to take a 2-point lead. And it's a 30-second timeout. These Grizzlies can score in a hurry, Dave.
They can. They have some weapons on the outside for sure. They'll make those shots. But what that does for you is extends the defense. When you have to come out beyond that 3-point line to be able to guard a guy, he can get by you, and you've now broken him down for your big guys. They have to recover, and you get a little drop pass. We saw it just a second ago when Bagley was able to penetrate into the paint, and he dumped it off to Dana for an easy layup.
20 points here in this second period for the Logan Grizzlies. Now, we talk all the time on our broadcast in high school basketball, you want to score. If you're going to score 20 points or more in 2 quarters of a game, you're probably going to win that game. If you get held to or hold the other team to single digits 2 quarters of a game, you're probably going to win that game. If you score more than 20 twice, 2 quarters, and hold them less in single digits 2 quarters, you're going to win every game almost. And so here's Logan now with the first 20-point quarter.
That's a really good theory, Eric. I think you're probably looking back. If you look back, you're probably dead on that.
If not, I'm going to pretend that I am.
Yeah, you should, and don't even bring it up again.
Sure. 30-28. Mountain Crest leading Logan. Mountain Crest with the ball. Dawson has it knocked away and out of bounds as he drives to the hoop.
Brimhall got a hand in there, and from our angle, it looked almost like Dawson's leg might have gone off his knee. But they're going to give it back to the Mustangs.
Logan's been red hot here in the second period. Jensen inbounds it to Nethercott as he dives down the lane, and he ties it up at 30.
Taking advantage of all 5 seconds there. That ball was inbounded at about 4.5 seconds.
Three team fouls apiece. So only 2 free throws in this first half. We're tied at 30 with 1 minute to play in the first half. Anderson steps inside the 3-point line and drains another one.
He's feeling it right now. His shot looks really good.
9 points in this quarter.
He's fired up too.
You're going to have to start calling him Mr. Anderson. When you hear the ball dribbling when he's got it, it's the sound of inevitability. Nethercott with the dribble out front. Drives to the basket the right side and gets knocked down. A foul called. Ethan Dana picks up his first.
Ethan Dana feeling for blood on his forehead. He thought he got popped in the head. Nothing there.
We've seen a lot of contact go uncalled tonight, haven't we?
But I think it's about perfect. They're not calling it too ticky-tack, but they're also not letting them get away with crazy stuff. It's about right.
32-30, Logan leads Mountain Crest. Nethercott shooting the first free throws for Mountain Crest in the game, and he misses the first. Nethercott's a 79% free throw shooter. He's the best free throw shooter on the team of any player shooting at least 10 free throws or more. After him, you've got Brenchley at 69%, Jensen at 67%, Wallentyne at 57%, Schwab at 59%, and Dawson at 55%. Nethercott hits 1 of 2. And it's a 1-point Logan lead.
You know, looking back at your theory, to keep in mind, Logan in the first quarter only scored 10, so they were flirting with that single digits you were talking about. This one's been a lot better this quarter.
Anderson brings it across the timeline, gives it to Robbins. And they're doing that same offense they were doing earlier with the 5 out, moving everybody around the perimeter.
They'll try to back cut and penetrate. But they're also looking to get the last shot of the quarter.
It almost looks like it's not quite a weave, it's more of a motion offense.
Yeah, I think they call this part of it circle, where they'll circle around the wings.
Anderson takes it in, leaves it off to Roberts. Roberts scores. 5 seconds to play in the half. Across the timeline comes Brenchley, checks the clock, gets it off, and it goes. Are they going to count it? It didn't look like it was good, but they're going to count it.
Ooh, I don't think that's the right call. I was watching his hand to see when he released, and I thought I heard buzzer first. That's where you, if you're a Logan fan, you want instant replay. If you're a Mountain Crest fan, you're like, get to the locker room and let's count it.
That ties it at 34. They count that shot. So we're tied at 34 as we go to the half. You're listening to Mustang basketball on Cool 103.9.
The High School Game of the Week, brought to you by the Mountain Crest Booster Club, supporting Mountain Crest Athletics. The Les Olson Company, your business empowered. By South Valley Family Dental, where you can dress up your smile. The Logo Shop, we logo stuff. Bridgeland Applied Technology College, employment through training. Lewiston State Bank, established for your future. By the Old Grist Mill in Logan, Brigham City, and North Ogden. By Advanced Heating and Air Conditioning, your York heating and air conditioning experts. And Cool 103.9, home of the greatest hits of all time.
Hi, I'm Janica. I play wing for Mountain Crest basketball. I am honored to be the Wendy's Athlete of the Week. Go Stings!
Hi, I'm Chloe Buckmiller. I play post for the Mountain Crest Mustangs, and I am honored to be the Wendy's Athlete of the Week. Go Stings!
The Game of the Week on the Valley Channel, brought to you by Icon Health and Fitness, changing lives with fitness innovation. Wendy's of Cache Valley, it's way better than fast food, it's Wendy's. Mountain Star Cache Valley Hospital, not bigger, just better. Lewiston State Bank, strong and vibrant for over a century. Cache Valley Electric, a tradition of excellence since 1915. New Smile Dental, experience dental care. Camp Chef, the way to cook outdoors. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology, bring back what you've been missing. LSS Insurance, Bob Larson, personalized insurance coverage for your family and business. Lynn's Audio and Video, Cache Valley's audio and video specialist. The Book Table, your family store for books, music, toys, and more. Planet Fitness of Logan, no gym termination and only $10 a month. Aspen Dental, get that gorgeous smile you've always wanted. The Logo Shop, we logo stuff, all kinds of stuff. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's television station for over 25 years.
.34 all our score here.
Might as well have not even played the first half.
I know.
We're going to start it tied.
It's like the NBA. Just start in the fourth quarter.
That's right. Although that was a really fun first quarter. Kind of went back and forth. Mountain Crest, I think, was up by 5 at one point.
Mountain Crest was up by 9 at one point.
Were they really?
I know they were up by 7
They were
at 19-12.
They were up 5 at the quarter break.
Right.
That's what it was.
They were up 19-12 at one point. I thought they went up 9. Maybe they only stayed 7. I don't track the... I can't look away from the floor long enough to track the scoring like
tough.
that.
It's tough.
But I know it was 19-12 at one point. So the Grizzlies scored 24 points there in that second period.
Yep, 10-15 at the end of the first quarter for Mountain Crest, and then Logan outscores Mountain Crest 24-19 in the second quarter, and now we have a 34-34 game.
Brenchley takes the inbounds pass, looks high post to Nethercott. Nethercott waiting for a cutter. He doesn't give to Brenchley, instead takes it himself before Dana shuts him off. Now he finds Jensen diving down the lane for the right-handed layup, and the Mustangs take their first lead of the second half at 36-34. Nice movement there by the Mustangs. Sometimes you'll see them stand around a little bit. They are a team that they play well for 90% of a game, and then they'll have 10% where they just, it's like they go to sleep. Something happens, and that's what has been happening during this losing streak they've had. They haven't had a little bad patch yet in this game. We'll see what happens as Logan works the ball around the perimeter. Finally, Anderson ends up with it, misses the jump shot. It's rebounded by Dana, and DeMooney's going to get called for the rebound foul with the push.
Yeah, we talked about earlier in the first half how they were letting him play a little bit, not too crazy, but that one looked a little ticky-tack to me.
I told you, DeMooney gets...
He gets those, huh?
He plays physically, and then I think they look at him. He's guarding Jones here. He's right in Jones' grill. Jones gets him off of his feet, puts it up, and then Jones hits the deck, and they call the foul on DeMooney. And Jones sold that one.
Yeah, he'll try to sell him. That's a headsy move out of a freshman. How many pump fakes did he give DeMooney right there?
2 or 3 before he finally got him off his feet. Then he put the little push shot up, and then he fell down. DeMooney did bump him a little bit, but Jones made it look worse than it was.
Jones had 5 in the first half. That's his 6th on that made free throw.
I had Jones for 8 points, 2 3-pointers.
I might have missed one, actually. Now that you say it, I probably should add those up. Did you have him for a 3 in the second quarter?
Yes, a 3 in the second quarter.
That's the one I missed.
And he hits 2 free throws here. We're tied at 36. He's got 10. Rylan Jones, a freshman. He looks like he's about 12 years old. He's not much older than that if he's a freshman. Here's Nethercott as they work it around on the left side, the right side baseline. He keeps the ball high, turns, and hits. Nethercott was 7.
You figure a freshman's 14 turning 15.
Yeah.
He's a youngster out there.
Bagley fakes the 3, gives it out to Jones. Coffin corner 3 is good.
How about the pass by Bagley? He head fakes, got split 2 defenders and kicks it to the corner for Rylan Jones.
Jones has 13, and it's a 3-point Logan lead. A 1-point Logan lead at 39-38. Up top, they go to Nethercott. Nethercott feeling it as he tries to drive left side, hasn't knocked away. He gets it back, gives it up to Jensen, who throws up a prayer, and it's answered. Somebody give me a hallelujah.
He was falling to the ground and just flipped it up with his left hand. Somehow it banked in.
Jensen with 10 points.
So there's your other double-figure score where they're going to see if they can get one more.
Mustangs up 40-39. Bagley gets in the paint, elevates and hits on a little one-hand jumper.
Little floater. I love this. I love me some floaters.
Mountain Crest playing a zone. When you're playing a zone, you sure don't want the guards to get into the middle that easily.
Ooh, that's a foul.
Foul on Dana as Brenchley brings it across the timeline, works against a double team, and tries to turn the corner. Dana kind of hooked him with his hip, and they call the foul on Ethan Dana. It's his 2nd.
Probably trying to guard Jackson Brenchley a little too far away from the basket for Ethan Dana.
Brenchley takes the inbounds pass, little no look over to Dawson, and Dawson has it blocked by Jones. Back to Brenchley. His 3 won't go. He hits the deck trying to get a foul call. No call, and Anderson's all alone out front.
He missed it.
And he blows the layup.
He fouled it.
He blows the layup. He had no one within 15 feet of him. And then he fouled Zach Smith.
That's just a flat-out miss.
And he's hearing about it from the Mustang crowd. 41-40, Logan with the lead. Mountain Crest with the ball. 5 minutes to play in the third.
He's been going back and forth with the Mustang crowd, so they're going to let him hear it.
He's a senior. He's played in Hiram a few times. Here's Dawson getting into the lane. Dawson's shot won't go, and he's going to go to the line.
Good effort by Dawson. He got up right in the front of the rim, took the contact, and almost finished that.
They're going to call that on Brimhall. He gets by Jones on the drive, and Brimhall reaches across for the foul.
How many fouls on Jason Anderson did you say?
That's the first one.
Okay. Well, then it's not a bad one to give. If you miss that layup and then you come back in frustration and foul a guy when you've got, say, 3, no good. But if he's only got 1, that's all right.
Dawson hits the first charity pitch.
Oh,
The second one's way short, but it's rebounded by Schwab.
Thought he airballed that, Eric.
He just about did. Schwab, excuse me, that's Zach Smith with that rebound. Smith finds Brenchley. Brenchley dribbles out front and then gets down the middle of the lane, and he gets fouled. He'll go to the free throw line. So that's going to be 6 fouls here in the first 3.5 minutes of this second half. There were 7 in the whole first half.
Yeah, this third quarter's been a lot different than the first half for sure.
Brenchley's free throw is good. Brenchley is 69% free throw shooter. It's 4 fouls on Logan, 2 for the Mustangs. Brenchley stands in for a second. He hits both. Brenchley was 7. 4.5 to play in the third period. A 2-point Mountain Crest lead at 43-41. Bagley looking low to Dana. Spins off using the Dana screen, but then he's shut off by Jensen. He throws it out to Anderson. Anderson looked like he might have double dribbled. Gifted out to Brimhall. Brimhall's 3 is good.
Way to be ready to shoot.
As we were talking about at halftime, being ready to shoot on the kick. 44-43 Logan. Brenchley to their cup. Lays it in. Brenchley with 9. Back out to a 45-44 Mountain Crest lead as we go back and forth here in Hiram. 3:50 to play in the third. Bagley gets in the middle, kicks it back out to Anderson. Anderson looks for Bagley. They close out on him, so he just steps back 3 feet behind the three-point line and drains another one, angle right.
It's deep. It's really deep.
Bagley, that's his first 3. 9 points for Bagley. 47-45 Logan. 3.5 to play in the third. Jensen finds Smith. His 3 from the corner won't go, and Dawson knocks it away from Bagley and out of bounds. Logan ball. Both teams taking care of the ball. Turnover-wise, the Mustangs. Well, Mountain Crest, I still only have them for 2. And I've got Logan for 3.
Me too.
They're not turning the ball over. Both teams are either putting the ball in the basket or missing and getting rebounds. They're taking care of the basketball. And a timeout on the floor. Logo Shop and Locker 42 are places that you can support your favorite Valley team. Shop at Locker 42. They got 2 locations in Logan. The Bridgeland Applied Technology College, you can get a great alternative education. They have programs for everyone. And they are one of our Mountain Crest game sponsors, the Bridgeland Applied Technology College.
Well, it's been a kind of a seesaw battle here, and haven't really extended beyond the 2 points here in the second half. Both teams playing very strong.
Bagley, his last 3, said it was about 3 feet behind the three-point line. It was probably more like 5 feet.
Probably, I think you're right.
It was like an NBA three-pointer.
He was in rhythm, though. I mean, I didn't think it would seem forced at all. He just backed up and knocked it down.
If that kid played football, he'd have to play cornerback because he'd have to have absolutely no conscience. That was a no conscience shot. So Logan with the ball and a 2-point lead. Here's Jones, 3-pointer from the right side corner. Won't go. Rebounded by Smith. Smith has it knocked away by Jones. And Jones slides out of bounds trying to save it. And it'll stay Mustang basketball. Smith had no idea Jones was closing in behind him. Wallentyne into the ball game, and Nethercott will take a seat.
Little back tap. You got to know where the players are. That time, like you said, Jones was able to sneak in behind him.
There's one of those plays I've talked about when Mountain Crest will have issues. As Jones takes it away on an inbounds pass, and his layup attempt is blocked by Dawson. Dawson just stood. and they threw the ball into nobody. They figured Dawson was going to zig when he zagged, but Dawson made up for it by getting back and blocking that easy layup attempt out of bounds. Logan keeps the ball, and they keep that 2-point lead.
That's great recovery by Dawson. He covered a lot of ground to get back there and block that shot. I don't think Jones expected him to be that quick getting back.
Anderson with 12 points hands it off to Dana. Anderson has not scored here in this second half. There's 2.5 to play in the third period, and the Grizzlies lead 47-45. Anderson working on Brenchley, and Brenchley blocks his shot out of bounds.
You know, credit Anderson. He's trying to create stuff. He's had his shot blocked 3 times this evening, but he is trying to get in there.
Near steal by Dawson, but Bagley gets around him. He pulls up for the free throw line jumper and hits. 4-point lead for the Grizzlies, and Bagley with 7 points in this quarter, 11 for the game. He averages 13. Part of the big 3 for Logan. Bagley, Anderson, and Jones. Mountain Crest averages 5 block shots a game.
They had that in the first half, didn't they?
They've got 6 or 7 here tonight. Mountain Crest with the ball, trailing 49-45. 3-point shot by Brenchley goes in. He hits the deck as he got a Grizzly in his legs.
Yeah, that might have been an and 1-3 there.
12 for Brenchley. He cuts the Grizzly lead to 1, 49-48. And he's manning up Anderson. Now he switches off onto Bagley, and Dawson stays with Anderson. Anderson, pull-up shot won't go. Brenchley with the rebound. Brenchley can hit the boards, that's for sure. Averages 8 per game. Now he runs over Anderson at the other end, and they call the charge. That's a turnover for the Mustangs, and a foul on Brenchley. That's his first. Dana and Brimhall are going to sit. Go ahead.
Brenchley lowered his shoulder just enough, but if he wouldn't have done that at all, he wouldn't have got that call against him, because Jason Anderson was backpedaling the entire time.
Anderson is going to sit down, and McDade will come on for him. Here's Jones in the paint, kicks it back out. 3-ball on the way by the Grizzlies, and it's good.
Nice pass by Jones.
Frazier with the 3.
Frazier's first bucket of the game.
52-48, back to a 4-point advantage for the Grizzlies. 1 minute to play in the third period. Grizzlies in a zone against the Mustangs. Mountain Crest hasn't been a great outside shooting team. Why not play a zone against them? But they're coming way out on the wings, aren't they? Now they turn it over as Wallentyne was looking for Smith underneath. He fired it in there. It was stolen away by Bagley. Bagley works on Dawson. Bagley in the lane. Lays it up and in off the glass from the right side. Bagley with 9 on the quarter, 13 in the game. 54-48, biggest lead of the game for the Grizzlies. In the corner, Dawson out to Schwab. Now back on the angle left. Jackson Brenchley drains a 3-pointer. 10 in this quarter for Brenchley, 15 in the game. He averages 18 per game.
That was good elevation that time. Jones was up in his grill, but he wasn't big enough to put a hand in his face.
McDade finds Jones. Jones steps inside the 3-point line at the buzzer. His shot is short, and it's going to be a 3-point Logan advantage as we head to the fourth quarter. Logan 54, Mountain Crest 51. You're listening to Mustang Basketball on Cool 103.9. Back at Hiram on the campus of Mountain Crest High School, where the Mustangs trail Logan 54-51. I'm Eric Olson, along with me, Dave Simmons, the voice of the Grizzlies. And you didn't have to do a game tonight, because on KVNU we got Al Lewis.
We got the Aggies, yep.
The Al Lewis and his, are they dulcet tones? Is that what we call Al? The dulcet tones? Of Al Lewis, Mr. Aggie himself over there. I wonder how the Aggies are doing tonight. Had an enjoyable ball game here tonight as the Mustangs trail Logan by 3 and now 4 as Roberts misses a shot in close and then gets his own rebound and puts it back in. It's a 56-51. said 4, I meant 5. 56-51. Logan lead, and Logan, they have 2 20-plus point quarters now in this one. 24 in the second, 20 in the third. Mountain Crest scoring well themselves, 15, 19, and 17. Logan just scoring better. They're all about scoring, the Grizzlies. The Mustangs moving this ball around the perimeter, looking for an opening. Schwab finally takes it to the rim. Too hard on the shot, and then he tries to save it back in bounds, but he hadn't come back and established himself in bounds yet.
Does Schwab shoot much from the perimeter?
No.
I thought he had an open 3 right there and didn't take it.
He's not one that shoots a lot from outside. He mostly gets his stuff driving to the basket. He averages 4 a game. Here's Jones working on DeMooney, and Jones traveled. He got up in the air, DeMooney was right there with him, and DeMooney's got long arms. And Jones hit the ground before he got rid of the ball.
You know, the foul that DeMooney had last, I didn't think was as egregious as what we just saw.
Yeah, he just bumped into
It kind of proves your point, though. DeMooney kind of gets called for some things you're like, wait, what? And then that time, maybe didn't get called for what he should have.
It all comes out in the wash, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Brenchley turns it over. You know, he had nowhere to go with that. He threw it right at Frazier's feet. I think he was trying to get that kick because he got trapped along the baseline and had nowhere to go with it. Grizzlies are just collapsing on him every time he goes into the paint. It's a veteran officiating crew here tonight. Schwab with a 3 on the inbounds play. We just said he doesn't take many threes, and he hits it from the left side. 56-54 Logan. 3-pointer missed by Roberts. Ball knocked out of bounds, and it stays here. Logan's ball.
Jason Anderson had position to get that rebound, but DeMooney reached from behind him and knocked it out.
I'm telling you, look how long DeMooney's arms are.
Yeah.
They list him at 6'1".
He probably has a wingspan of 6'4".
At least.
Strong kid, too.
I know he's been offered by Utah State for football. I was told last week he's got SEC teams that are starting to sniff around.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Logan moving the ball around the perimeter, and it's McDade with it. Another one of those freshmen for Logan, giving it off to Roberts, the sophomore, who gives it to Jones, the freshman. He gets in the lane, and he's hammered. He passes it off, so no free throws. And they're going to call that one on Schwab.
Tanner Schwab of the Mustangs.
For the Mustangs, their 4th team foul. 4 on Logan. Logan got their 4th team foul with 4:30 something to play, 4:20 something to play in the third period. Haven't had foul called on them since. And for Mountain Crest, that's their 1st team foul in about the same time period. So this officiating crew's pretty much let the teams decide what's going to happen here tonight. Jones works on Brenchley. Brenchley doesn't go for the head fake, so Jones kicks it back out front to Frazier. His 3 rims out, and it's rebounded by Brenchley. Mountain Crest with a chance to tie or take the lead as they trail 56-54 with 5.5 left in the game. Brenchley picks up his dribble, gives it to Jensen. Jensen brings it to the right side to Schwab, now back to the middle to Jensen. Brenchley on the left side takes the Nethercott screen, steps inside and wraps it to DeMooney. DeMooney passes up the baseline shot and gives it out to Schwab. Skip pass to Brenchley, 3 ball, won't go. Rebound fought for, and Roberts comes up with it. Quickly ahead to Anderson. Schwab is back. Anderson's layup is good.
That's hesitation right there. That was perfectly done. He slowed up enough to make him think he was going to shoot a little 6-7 footer. Got the guy to close out, went back to the rim.
58-54, back to a 4-point Logan lead. 4:40 to play in the game. Schwab straight away looking. Now goes left side to Jensen. Baseline to Brenchley. Brenchley leans back and puts it in as he was underneath the rim.
That was tough. He had to kind of contort his body to get that one.
$17 for Brenchley.
That's his average, right?
He averages 18. Well, just a hair under 18. 58-56. Logan with the lead. So look at the actual number. It's back over 18 now after that last game, 18.3. He's number 9 in 5A in scoring, number 6 in rebounds, number 4 in assists, and number 5 in steals. So he's in the top 10 in all the major categories. 4 minutes to play in the ball game. Logan by 2, 58-56. Logan plays catch with it out front. Anderson handles, backs off, uses the Dana screen, now hands it off to Frazier, and we're back to the other side to Jones, who finds Frazier underneath, working on Nethercott. He kicks it back outside to Anderson. The 3 ball won't go. Brenchley with the rebound. Brenchley pushes it ahead to Jensen. Jensen against Bagley. A lot of contact, no foul. Jensen gets his own board, puts it in, and he'll go to the line.
With his left hand, going back up with that shot and finishing. Excellent job by Jensen.
12 for Landon Jensen. He's tied the game, and he has a chance to give the Mustangs the lead with 3:33 to play in the ball game. Jensen to the line for the first free throw of this quarter and his first free throw of the game. Brimhall replaces Frazier. Frazier, Dana, Jones, Bagley, and Anderson for the Grizzlies. Jensen's free throw is good. Dawson, Jensen, Nethercott, Wallentyne, and Brenchley for the Mustangs. Timeout Logan as they now trail 59-58. It's a 30-second timeout. Gives us a chance to mention Lewiston State Bank. Lewiston State Bank is one of Cache Valley's most trusted local banks. They have been for over 100 years. They are our player of the game sponsor. It's a Lewiston State Bank, and don't forget South Valley Eye Care in Providence is where eyesight is precious. It's our #1 focus at South Valley Eye Care, and you've had to have a keen eye tonight to see all of the action that's gone on out there. This has been a back and forth affair. Logan averaging 69 points a game with 3:28 to play. They're at 58. Mountain Crest averaging just over 50 points a game on the year. They've averaged 53, and they're at 59 with 3:28 to play. So playing more at a Logan tempo.
Yeah, and just as you think Logan might have a lead enough that would be able to sustain through the game, Mountain Crest comes right back. This has been a really fun game to watch, and throw in the fact that it's a Valley rivalry. You know, this is some of the best entertainment you're going to find in the Valley right now. By the way, the Aggies start at 8, so they're just getting going right now.
So we don't have to worry about how they're doing. So I've got two candidates for the bread and butter play of the game so far. Brenchley's long 3 at the half to tie it, and then Jensen's 3-point play right here that gives Mountain Crest the lead back after they've trailed.
I'm glad you're in charge.
Entire quarter.
I don't want to have to pick that stuff.
You know, I'm going to have to get more loaves of bread paid to me if I have to make hard decisions like that.
Yeah, it's difficult.
Logan with the ball, trailing by a point. Mountain Crest pressuring defensively, and Jensen takes it away. He gets it off to Brenchley. Brenchley back to Jensen. Jensen lays it in. Counted, and a foul as Bagley tried to draw the charge. Bagley just kind of flopped.
Yeah, I think he probably would have been smarter just to try to stay out of there. Because by flopping it almost, or even falling down, it made it look like there was some sort of contact. I didn't think there was much contact there at all.
No. Bagley made it look like there was contact, and it really wasn't. Jensen misses the free throw. 61-58, a 3-point lead for the Mustangs. Jones off the Dana screen, kicks it back out to Bagley, now to Anderson. Anderson straight away, uses Dana for a screen. All the way to the rim, kicks it out to Jones. Fakes the 3, has a shot baseline, and has it blocked by Brenchley. Out front to Jensen. Landon Jensen with the layup. He's got it! And the Mustangs lead by 5.
Good finish by Jensen. Brimhall was timing that, trying to get up and block that shot. Jensen got a little higher off the glass.
17 for Landon Jensen. And it's a 63-58 lead for the Mustangs. 2.5 to play. Jones going to the rim. Reaches back, misses, gets his own rebound, and scores.
Ryland Jones.
15 for Ryland Jones. 63-60 Mountain Crest. 2:15 to play, and the Mustangs in no hurry. But the way Logan shoots 3-pointers, you need another bucket.
You do, absolutely do.
They work against the Logan zone. Wallentyne drops it off for DeMooney. He mishandles it, gets it back, and kicks it out to Brenchley. Brenchley works against Jones. Jones taps it away, and a foul called on Jones.
When you reach around like that and try to knock it from behind, even if you happen to get ball, it looks like you get elbow. It's a dangerous play to try to make.
They almost always whistle that.
Always. Very rarely do you get away with that. Jones probably just felt like it was a gamble he could take.
Brenchley goes to the free throw line for the 1-and-1. He's got 17 points. And he misses. And foul as they try to tie up Jones on the rebound. He gets the board.
Foul called on number 3, Alex
And they
Dawson.
call it on Alex Dawson. Dawson with his first foul.
Not a bad foul considering the situation. You probably want to get yourself to where if you need to get him in the bonus at the free throw line, you can do it.
63-60 Mountain Crest with the lead. They trailed by 3 to start the fourth quarter. Now they lead by 3. They've only given up 6 points here in the quarter. Free ball taken away by Mountain Crest. Another turnover for Logan. That's 2 in the last 2 minutes for the Grizzlies. 6 for the game. But 2 of those coming in the last 2 minutes. Mountain Crest with the ball and the 3-point lead under a minute and a half to play in the game. Brenchley tattoos the dribble between the circles. Anderson creeps up on him. Now Brenchley starts the drive and then backs off. 5-second count on. Brenchley backs it out, gives it over to Jensen. Jensen will hold. Approaching a minute to play. Jensen has it knocked away from behind as he tries to drive. He gets it back and lays it in with the left hand. Jensen with 19.
Hey, Jensen's got a really good left hand. I think his last 3 buckets, at least, that I can think of, have been left-handed.
Timeout Logan. 65-60. 54 seconds to play. Mountain Crest with the lead, and it's a 30-second timeout. And the Mustangs just kind of getting a little bit lucky. They've been able to turn Logan over, and then on that last play, Jensen was holding, trying to run clock. He had open floor in front of him, so he took a couple dribbles. One of the Grizzlies reached in and tapped it away. Instead of going right to a Grizzly defender there, it got just to where Jensen could reach it, and he just leaned in and scooped it up with the left hand, and he gives Mountain Crest a 65-60 lead. Miller's Northern Utah Glass, one of our sponsors. Or beautiful glass with a touch of class. Trust the pros at Miller's Northern Utah Glass. And let's not forget South Valley Family Dental. Tonight's game is brought to you by South Valley Family Dental, where you can dress up your smile. Dr. Richard Johnson over there at South Valley Family Dental. That's what takes care of me. Look at these teeth. They're
Oh, yeah, pearly whites.
straight and
Yeah,
pearly.
absolutely.
I can't even smile. I will blind everybody.
You gotta run for office or something. 65-66 and less than a minute to play here, Eric. How you feeling about this?
I am feeling like this game is a long way from over the way Logan can score.
It feels that way to me, too.
They've got shooters that are open as soon as they get off the bus, whether they are or not open. That's their range. Roberts hands it off to Bagley. Bagley out at the 3-point line, hands it back to Jones. Jones guarded closely by Brenchley. Jones all the way to the rim, and the little push shot goes.
Left hand. Good job by Jones using his left hand in order to create that separation with the right side of his body.
17 for Jones. 3-point lead for the Mustangs. And a dangerous pass by Brenchley, but it gets to DeMooney. Wallentyne throws it cross court, and climbing the ladder to get it is Jensen, and Dawson is fouled with 18 seconds left by Brimhall. Okay, our bread and butter play of the game.
I like the and one.
That's what I'm going for. So that's what it's going to be. The Old Gristmill bread and butter play of the game. It's the Landon Jensen 3-point play to tie this ball game earlier on in the fourth quarter. And Dawson hits the first free throw.
Now, didn't you say earlier in this game Dawson's free throw percentage was down around 50%?
55%.
Yeah, so Coach Brown's done his homework. He knows who to foul out there. In fact, I thought they were trying to foul DeMooney there for a second too. How does he do?
DeMooney hasn't shot enough free throws to be on my
All
list.
right. Well,
I only wrote down guys that had 10 free throw attempts or more.
they're going to try to get it out. Logan's going to try to get the ball out of Brenchley's hands, and once they do, hopefully it'll be one of the guys that they've scouted out that they think doesn't have a good enough percentage. But the next guy you probably don't want to foul after that is Nethercott, unless he just checked back in. He's at 79%.
He's at 79% for the season. He's 1 of 2 for the game tonight. Alex Dawson is now 2 of 3, and Brenchley is 2 of 3.
Normally you'd say that Jensen would be a guy that would be okay to foul at 67%, but he's feeling it tonight. I wouldn't be surprised if he's a guy that you can go knock some shots down for him down the stretch here.
19 for Landon Jensen to lead all scores. 17 for Brenchley. Alex Dawson has 8. Nethercott has 7. Wallentyne has 13. For Logan, they've only scored 8 points in this fourth quarter.
Here's your stat.
8 points, and they've given up 15.
And in the first quarter only scored 10.
Right. So there you have 2 20-point quarters, but right now they're working on a single-digit quarter, and they just barely got outside a single-digit quarter. Dawson's second free throw won't go. Still a 2-possession game.
They got to go.
Grizzlies bring it across the timeline. It's Jones going to the rack. No, he kicks it back to Roberts, and it goes out of bounds.
Roberts was out of bounds. He knew he couldn't touch it when he came back in.
Logan with 7 turnovers. They've had 3 in the last 3 minutes of this game.
Is that youth now?
That's
are you starting to see the difference between experience and non?
I was just going to say you may be able to chalk that up to some young players, and it's all about game experience.
Yeah.
Now these young players like this, look, I've coached comp and AAU, coached kids since they were 8, 9 years old. They play 70, 80 games a year, and some of these kids get into high school and had played hundreds of games already.
It's no doubt about it.
And Jones probably has.
Jones, Bagley, Anderson, these guys have all played tons of ball games. And so you talk to Coach Brown, and I've said it, he will not use it as an excuse. At this point, they've played this many games. He said, that's done. We're not even going to talk about that anymore.
And that is why it's harder to use that. Yeah, they may be young in years, but a lot of basketball experience, even as a young kid, goes a long way. Now, the only difference is this crowd here tonight, this atmosphere tonight, is different than what you're going to get in the comp league games and the AAU tournaments, where it's just a bunch of hollering moms and a few grumpy dads.
Right.
You don't have the students that are both your friends and your rival students that are bearing down on you. And that's really about the only variable I would see there.
Another one I would say, when you're a freshman at 14, 15, your body's strength isn't what it's going to be in 2 or 3 years.
Right.
There's so much that can change there. So really, even just the physical strength of being able to play against guys that are 20 pounds bigger. I mean, Demooney is a physical pain in the neck if you're Logan.
You look at him, he's a man.
Oh yeah, if you bang around with him for 3 quarters, by the 4th, you might throw a couple bad passes.
He's 17 years old, and he's built like a rock.
He's strong, very strong.
So Dawson goes to the free throw line, 1-and-1. Free throw good.
Well, that's probably enough there.
Yeah, it's 5 now, and there's only 7 seconds left. Landon Jensen will be our Lewiston State Bank player of the game. 19 points in the game for Jensen, and he had 9 here in the fourth quarter, including the bread and butter play of the game that put the Mustangs right back in this game and gave them the chance.
Strategic foul that time by the Mustangs. Understand they only have 5 team fouls. Might as well give up one more, see if they can stop the clock.
68-62 Mountain Crest. Logan with the ball. Bagley, long three-pointer at the buzzer, goes in, and it's cosmetic because the Mustangs hold on to beat their Cross Valley rivals 68-65. And think about a three-point shot at the buzzer at halftime that is going to be talked about around this valley for a while, because the final score is a 3-point margin. 68-65. Mountain Crest with a win. Back with more Mustang basketball on Cool 103.9.
The High School Game of the Week, brought to you by the Mountain Crest Booster Club, supporting Mountain Crest Athletics. The Les Olson Company, your business empowered. By South Valley Family Dental, where you can dress up your smile. The Logo Shop. We logo stuff. Bridgerland Applied Technology College. Employment through training. Lewiston State Bank. Established for your future. By the Old Grist Mill in Logan, Brigham City, and North Ogden. By Advanced Heating and Air Conditioning, your York heating and air conditioning experts. And Cool 103.9, home of the greatest hits of all time.